with China coming and because the Chinese are criminals as well in Nigeria. So you need to know that. Okay? The stealing, the illegal mining, the illegal tree felling, the illegal, what they call it, a logging. From the northern Nigeria to the southern Nigeria to the eastern Nigeria, all this no good coal. These guys they are stealing a lot from Nigeria. They are stealing as much as sand. Do you understand? From Nigeria, where they are going, they have places where they are digging this special sand from, and they are loading them on their batch of, on their ships, all the way to China. Sand, Iyepe, from Nigeria. I have seen videos of trucks of logs, Baba, that they fell inside Nigerian forests, never planting them back. They are working with their local criminals who are Nigerians, helping them to, maneuver the entire corrupt system. So, China will come and possibly, defend Nigeria. I don't know, what would they do? Everywhere you see this insurgent, you see this terrorist operating, there is a 70 to 80% chance there is a mining land not far from them. I won't say 100%, but more than 80% chance that there is an illegal mining site not far from them. And by the time you get to the operational site, you will meet the Chinese there, comfortable, mining gold, mining all different kinds of resources inside that contraption. And this is true because I'm not making it up. You just need to go on now and use your phone and type arrested Chinese for illegal mining in Nigeria. Your entire Google search will be filled with their faces, their numbers, Chinese illegal miners operating in the dangerous areas of Nigeria. Your resources, of course. So Tugart is following that same trend to tell people that characterizing the killings in Nigeria as religious is wrong, and therefore is going to set Nigeria up not exactly going after these terrorists, which is what everybody is demanding for. Like, that's what everybody is demanding. Go after them. Deal with them. Let Christians and Muslims live. Let Nigerians live peacefully. That's what people are saying. We don't need your narration. We don't need your explanation and the rest of that because you are lying. What people want is to get these terrorists out of the way. Bim. So if you can't, then get the hell out of here. But no, they won't. It went for another kind of like a forum, right? And they are discussing what they call it. We are now having a good economy. The economy is this or that. Have you heard that Tinubu want to borrow 1.5 trillion naira to fund from the local banks in Nigeria to fund 2025 budget? Have you heard that? Have you also heard that he's also, begging for another $1.5 billion from the World Bank to fund the 2025 budget? Well, listen to this.
Where does China fit in this? You talked about infrastructure, and China has come in with both money and skill financing for infrastructure across Africa. Is there a bigger role for China in that area of the economy? Certainly the experience with other African countries has certainly been rather mixed in taking Chinese infrastructure projects and the financing that comes with it.
As I said earlier, there's a tendency to take a Minecraft approach to Africa. It's not a game, and we are not infants. We know what is good for us, what's in our interest, so we don't need to be protected. We can protect ourselves when we're dealing with China. China's Belt and Road Initiative is good for Africa. It is something that is already benefiting countries like Nigeria, the linkages, and we are looking towards achieving similar results with Europe, with the Global Gateway Initiative, and of course other partners, the US, India, Brazil. We're doing a lot. We have a strategic partnership with Brazil as well. So, China is doing a lot, and we're partnering, and we have laws, we have regulatory frameworks in different sectors. That,
You've talked about energy, and obviously energy and the huge gas resources that Nigeria has, and I think you're planning pipelines that will take the gas. They are taking it around West Africa, but the potential is to take them on even into Europe. You've also talked about the potential of attracting investors in AI, in data centers, because they absorb such a huge amount of power, and yet Nigeria can't even keep the lights on for its own citizens. How can you bring in that investment, bring in the as you said, the business, the outsourcing? How can you bring in the tech investment if you can't provide that fundamental infrastructure for businesses?
So it would serve a dual purpose. We bring in the investors, they generate what they want, and then we also generate to improve on electricity supply domestically, which is what we're doing, and we have prepared the ground. We have an electricity act. We're doing a lot, not just with gas, but also with renewables. We have, within the Electricity Act, it's made investing in electricity generation, transmission, distribution more attractive because it's decoupled the different aspects. And on top of that, you have new ways of attracting investors in renewables, such as feed-in tariffs and so forth. So it's something that I don't see any conflict in that, because we have a gas pipeline that takes gas to Ghana, for instance, via Republic of Benin and Togo. So that is being used also for electricity in the region. But we're currently also building another gas pipeline, the Ajakuta Abuja Kaduna Kano gas pipeline that runs across Nigeria, which would also solve the problem of the feedstock for generating electricity.
President Tinubu has implemented two very significant reforms. One was floating the Naira. There's still a parallel market, but it's really eased up the whole complex forex situation in Nigeria. He's also removed fuel.
The transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn.
Do you know that since APC, Egbekegbe, came to power in 2015, and this was 10 years ago, they have added 0 megawatt of electricity to Nigeria national grid? Would you believe that? You should, because it is true. When APC, Egbekegbe, took power in 2015, listen to this. Nigeria was generating over 8,000 megawatts of electricity and then distributing, at the time, 6,000 megawatt electricity. 10 years after APC, Egbekegbe, took power in Nigeria, Nigeria is currently, the power generation in Nigeria currently stood at 5,500. That's how much Nigeria is generating right now, electricity. And the distribution has even fallen further to 3,500 megawatt electricity being distributed. But guess what? They are building a $1 trillion economy in 2030. The question they asked that Mugu was that, you are talking about building a data center. Do you know what it takes to run or power a data center? AI. You can't even put the light on for your people. And it went on and on, started talking about gas to Ghana, gas to Togo, gas to Gidikon, and then rambling on and on and on. But you can sit down there and listen to the lies that your economy is blah, blah. When they meet real people that ask them real questions, it doesn't take time. It doesn't take much time to see through their incompetence, even when they are dressed in a nice fancy suit. You still see through it. No? Here is somebody's advice for them if they will take it. Dealing with Trump.
I was asking about a global standard on how to maintain, coordinate a training institution for security agencies. What are the global standards? How often do you? Because this, the president has now asked governors to pay visits to all the security training institutions in the country and see, and they are in very sorry state of the different security agencies. Where did we go wrong? How do we build a standard? I know we are terrible people when it comes to maintenance. We rarely maintain anything. We rarely maintain roads. We rarely maintain national infrastructure.
So
security, our security architecture too, we don't maintain it.
It's the same problem.
What is the global standard in keeping as a solid security training center?
The global standard is that we must fund security adequately, get the schools updated, get their curriculum updated. If our military, the state security service, all the agencies, they attend courses abroad and they come back, you see that it is not the same standard that they have in their training institutions that we have here. It's deplorable and condemnable, the conditions where our security operatives are trained.
You probably will say, well, I think it's a good time for some reasons that the new service chiefs have not even settled down. They've just been sworn, getting their oath of office,
yes.
And Donald Trump dropped the bombshell. Do you think for some reasons it's a good thing, that those who say it's a good timing for them not to be too comfortable in office and get the job done? What's your view?
You see, it's a very serious matter. When you talk of Donald Trump's, I take a very serious exception to the statement credited to Donald Trump, because he says what he wants to do and he will go ahead and do it. So it's not a play that we can just gloss over and overlook. So I think the federal government should take Donald Trump seriously.
So we should see it as a threat, not just a statement.
Yes, it's a threat, because
you think that Donald Trump can come truly gun blazing into Nigeria, a sovereign nation? Where is the ECOWAS Charter? Where is the United Nations Security Council Charter? Where is all those protocols, the international laws and procedures and protocols? Where are those?
You see, why I say that we should take this matter seriously is because Trump does not even obey laws. He acts the way he likes, he's mindless, and will go ahead to do whatever he wants, irrespective of the protocols. So that is why Nigerian government, I'm calling on the Nigerian government, to explore all diplomatic channels, to ensure that this is possibly, if Trump, the president of the United States, had come out to say, these are my observations, and let us see how we can come out of this problem. Yeah. There's no harm if he says he's coming to flush out all the terrorists.
Isn't it a good thing, if you look at it from some people's point of view, that why is anyone afraid? If Donald Trump says he wants to come and take out all the terrorists who are killing innocent people, should we not be happy?
No. Like you rightly pointed out, Nigeria is a sovereign state. With over 200 million people, we are regarded, rightly or wrongly, as giants of Africa. So you can't just come and trample on Nigeria. And besides, if you look at the situation, other world powers will not sit down and fold their hands if Trump tries and invade Nigeria. Canada has given support to the US. China is warning that Trump should not invade Nigeria. So I think it becomes
recent history. I mean, you are a security consultant, and I don't even say Trump does not care. Trump behaves like a bully. You see what Trump did in Iran. He went and bombed their nuclear facility, and nothing else happened. Nothing happened. Compared to in terms of military power, There are those who say we can't stand shoulder to shoulder with Iran, and yet Trump did what he did.
No, but I am shocked because we've had excellent relationship with the United States in terms of exchange of arms, collaboration. So I think you should have used that diplomatic channels too, because no matter what happens, every Nigerian life matter. I'm not in that school of thought talking about Muslims, Christians, and whatever name you call it. We should rather focus on the things that will bring us together instead of those things that separate us.
Give me a moment, Mr. Jeffo.
And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Yeah, drinking dope, turn me to a superhero, yeah, hit that pill, turn me to a superhero, yeah.
We have seen war. We don't want war. If you want war with the United States of America, we will promise you something. Somebody else will raise your kids. Don't be me talk about that man. No. Said they have been honed into a moving machine. No, little machine. I'll leave it at that and ask you all to have a very wonderful evening. So thank you so much for your time. And remember, your offering is you liking the broadcast. Kindly do like the broadcast, share it, right? And subscribe onto the channel as well if you enjoyed the chat this evening. Tomorrow is another day. Remember, tomorrow is the day we expect Maazi Nnamdi Kanu to submit his final written submission, I think, statement. So, and then they are going to tell us when they want to give judgment. Until then, pray that we won't wake up tomorrow, that America has launched an attack on the terrorists in Nigeria, because the 72 hours is about to lapse. Please have a wonderful evening, everyone. And good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àní Maiyegun òdododo.
Maiyegun Diary, na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ràkì.